welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my nighttime routine as a mom of 5. I just got done filming the AM routine a few hours ago, took the afternoon, and now I'm about to start the nighttime routine. I don't begin it until all of my children are home from school. The 2 boys got home from high school about an hour ago, maybe a little less than that, and I'm about to leave to go get my other 2, which means that officially will kick off the nighttime routine, and we'll just get started as soon as I get home from picking them up. This front little closet is where we store all the backpacks, shoes, my purse, everything we need for the smaller kids. That way we know where it is and can easily get out the door. But right now we just clear out the backpacks, take all the water bottles, lunch boxes, everything into the kitchen. Declan left his lunchbox at school on this particular day, so all I had to do was rinse out his water bottle, and then all of the kids start looking for snacks. You would swear they haven't eaten in 3 days. When they come home from school, they are just looking for anything and everything that they can eat. And at this point, we will just relax and hang out. My kids' schools don't do homework, which I'm very grateful for, except the older 2 boys, which they'll be down the hall doing on their computers. The cats are taking naps, and the dogs are constantly doing this every afternoon. Although you'll see later in this video, they actually broke that red toy. So I do need to go find another one because they're a little upset with me about that. But then I will go into dinner prep around like 4:30, 5 o'clock is when I start all of my dinner prep. Tonight I'm just making very simple chicken Alfredo. I've done it 1,000 times. If you want to see how to take the tendon out of a chicken tender, this is how you do it. Just a fork and a paper towel, wiggle it, it will fall right out. And then you don't have that really tough, nasty piece in there. I cut all of our chicken into bite-sized pieces so that way it goes further in the dish. And I use about 1.5 pounds, almost 2 pounds of chicken to feed our family when I do dinners like this one. Clean up my hands, clean up the knife, the workstation, because you know, chicken's disgusting like that. And then go into just normally boiling the pasta water like I would and getting the pan ready for the chicken. My family has been loving homemade garlic bread. Like every night we have like spaghetti, or like we're doing tonight with chicken Alfredo, they ask me to make this. And some nights I'll just do it with a garlic butter like you're doing here, and you see Gwen in the kitchen with me. I love having my kids in the kitchen with me and learning all the skills. It is fantastic and it's such a good bonding experience. But we're gonna pass from that, and you see me putting the bread in the oven with my husband because he came home and he also does help when it comes to dinner. We are using jarred sauce, and we do that with spaghetti sauce. We just buy the jarred stuff. I do have a recipe to make my own. I don't do that all the time. I like to keep life as simple as possible, but you see my husband spicing up this. He doesn't like jarred sauces unless he takes care of them and amps them up himself, and I prefer to have something green with dinner, so we're having a salad go with this. But like I said here, just simple noodles, chicken Alfredo in the pan, some Caesar salad, and then that homemade garlic bread, and we put cheese on it this time. That is so, so good. The kids tear this apart. Declan loves to play with the noodles, as you see here. He absolutely just loves Italian food, and I'm very grateful because it's something I know that they will eat. And tonight was Valera's birthday, our oldest cat. She is 5. She belongs to my oldest son, Tristan. And you can see Weasley. I can't keep him away from cat food. He goes absolutely crazy. But there's birthday girl right there, 5-year-old Valera. But then it's time for wet food for the 2 tiny kittens, and yes, I do feed them on the counters because otherwise the dogs will steal it in 30 seconds. And my husband and I will then start to tag team the kitchen and get anything done right now that we can knock out of the way. I've told you all my husband is an absolute goofball. I don't know what was going on with him tonight, but the next little part I left the audio in just so you could see the craziness that he was doing in the kitchen this night.
Oh, hold on. I've always wanted to do this. I'm gonna be good at it. Nope, my niece is old. My niece is old.
We will stop working on the kitchen, and then my husband will usually take Declan into the shower. I started the shower for him tonight. but Connor will go in there with him, make sure he gets all clean, and then I will go down the other hall into the other bathroom and get a bath started for Gwen. She prefers playing with the toys in the tub as opposed to a running shower, and I'm just chucking her toys in as you see here, and she was getting over a slight cold, so I did make this one a vapor bath with a little Johnson's vapor soap. This stuff is so good for a bubble bath if your kid is sick and a little congested. It breaks it up so good. And then obviously Mako thinks the tub is for him every single time, so he sits there and waits. And then skeleton jammies because it's Halloween and I just think that's absolutely adorable. So time for some skelly bone jammies before we go back into the kitchen and finish up a few of the dishes. If something's really sticky, I want to get it done and clean instead of letting it sit there. But if I don't really feel like doing it, I won't do it, and I will leave it for myself in the next morning. I hate waking up to a messy kitchen, but I will do it if I want the extra time with my family. Declan and Gwen have the chore of feeding and watering the dogs. They do this breakfast and dinner time. Sometimes I do the breakfast if they're still in bed, but for dinner time they do that. Then I'll go in and wipe down the dining room table and just close up that room for the night. We do like to do something together as a family, whether it's a TV show, board game, video game, a movie night. If we have the availability, we will definitely sit down and do something together as a family. Tonight we're playing Mario Party. My husband, myself, Declan, and Brianna are playing, and then Gwen is in here watching and hanging out with us. Of course, Brianna won. Her or Connor always win. And then we will take the kids down the hall into their bedrooms to begin all of their nighttime stories. We tend to let Declan go first because he wants to read to us. So we want him like really wide awake before he's too groggy. He will read to us first, both myself and my husband, and Declan makes me climb on the bunk bed. I absolutely hate climbing on the bunk bed, but he is worth it. And then over to Gwen's room, I will climb into the bed. He can't, so he'll sit in front of the bed. And then one of us will read to her and get her all tucked in snugly for bed before I go outside and start locking up all of the doors. Tonight was trash night, so I had my husband go ahead and take that out, and then I just put the dishes away because I was standing here and I had the time. But again, if I don't want to, this will be tomorrow's business and I will handle it then and not stress myself out about any of it. I do like to wipe down the counters though. We do have our cats. They do walk on the counters. It's just something we do in our family. I don't mind it because I do clean up after them. And then I will make sure to set out anything non-perishable for the kids for the next day. Their water bottles, lunch boxes, snacks, anything I can, and I make a water bottle to go with me into the room for the night. The living room is another place I like to pick up every night, but again, if I don't get around to it, I don't, and I don't care. Tonight's nighttime routine did run very, very smoothly. Not every night runs like this, and I do not allow myself to worry about it. If the couch is a mess when I wake up, if the kitchen's a mess when I wake up, I will handle it. I don't like to do that, but I will do it. As well as my little robot vacuum, I will let this do as much of the work for me as I can, so I don't have to worry about it. But you see all them little pieces on the floor? That is that red dog toy I showed you earlier that the dogs ripped apart. I didn't really want this being sucked up into the vacuum because it wasn't cloth. I don't know what it was, but here it is all broken apart into pieces, and then I went and threw this away, but I didn't want the robot vacuum sucking that up. And then over into my bedroom, my husband's playing. He's just acting like he's exhausted. I will change into my pajamas. I will take off all of my jewelry and start trying to figure out a TV show, go into the bathroom and start washing off my face. I don't always do a full-blown skincare routine. Sometimes it's take the makeup off and go to bed. Other nights it's moisturizer and retinol, which you see me doing here. But either way, it's just however each night goes. If I'm in a hurry, makeup is off and I'm in bed. But now we're gonna sit down and try and figure out what show we've been watching, and we still couldn't figure it out. I was going to use voiceover and use that to tell you guys goodnight, but I would much rather do it this way. It's just more personable to me. And plus, we are still trying to figure out what show we were watching like 3 nights ago, and neither one of us can remember what it was or where we even left off, so that's a lot of fun. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I would love to know in the comment section how your nighttime routine with your family differs from ours. If you enjoyed this one, thumbs up.
Subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in my next video. Good night, guys.